brand new local EMDs, so exact match domains. How long to get out of the roller coaster of rankings going up and down drastically? Longer than it used to take. That's for sure. My presentation for POFU Live, our live event in 2 weeks, is entirely about local site building, or organic local lead gen that doesn't rely on Google business assets, right? And so it's about building a very particular structure of a website in a very particular format that I've developed, and then doing what I call the content mirroring method, which is mainly using Google properties, YouTube, Blogger, cloud pages, and G Site and Drive Stack. So a Google site and Drive Stack. So it's creating like this content mirroring method, which I'm updating all of that training for the POFU Live event. Anyway, all I'm saying is I've been working on this for months, and I've deployed 4 and starting on my 5th site now using this exact kind of format and structure. And I'm seeing like 2 months, actually going close to 10 weeks now of significant dancing for some of these sites. I'm finding I've built most of them using high-level website builder, and I suspect some of it has to do with that, because those sites have a bunch of bloated code and stuff like that. They're not as clean as WordPress, and WordPress can have bloated code too, by the way. But I've got a WordPress site being developed for that, specifically the sites in a particular structure, the one that I'm going to be sharing at POFU Live. And I built a similar site, a similar structure in WordPress as one of my test sites for a client that I've been testing stuff with. And I'm still seeing a lot of volatile dancing for that, even 6 weeks. That one's only 6 weeks old, and it's still 6 weeks into that project. It's still seeing a lot of dancing. So I'm assuming the sandbox, I don't have any data to back this up other than just experience recently from deploying multiple sites that are not dependent on or do not have a Google business profile associated with them. So strictly organic ranking is what I'm talking about. And I'm seeing going on 10 weeks for some of the first sites that I built, but the WordPress site is we're 6 weeks into that and it's still dancing pretty wildly. So I feel like that kind of the probationary period for new domains or new sites that are launched is been a bit extended. People call it a sandbox, probationary period, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the actual threshold is for that. There might be different factors that vary the time frame that it's in a sandbox. I don't know, other than my own personal experience. For the longest time, guys, all I ever worked on was Google Maps assets, Google business stuff. I really didn't care about organic stuff, but more recently, because of 2022, in the United States, at least, it's very difficult to verify Google business profiles unless you have a real valid business location. And obviously a big part of my business is lead gen, and I want it to continue to be that. So I started developing and testing other methods that don't require Google business assets. The reason I'm mentioning this is because with Google business assets, I found that the kind of probationary period isn't I didn't experience the amount of time that it's taking for organic only projects to kind of settle in, right, to where they're going to rank. I'm seeing just a lot more volatility when it's only an organic site without a Google business asset attached to it. Does that make sense? In other words, when it has a Google business asset associated with that entity, it tends to stabilize a bit quicker, at least in my experience. Again, I have limited experience with doing organic projects only until recently. And in my recent testing, I'm seeing that kind of probationary, a lot of volatility for as many as 10 weeks now. But the kind of when the more recent project that was built in WordPress is now going on 6 weeks, and it's still seeing some significant dancing. So I don't know what the actual time frame is. Somebody else that is attending might have an actual definitive answer on that, but I am noticing it's taking longer than it used to. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the time frame is on that, but it makes sense, I think, for Google to continue to extend the probationary period a little bit more. I mean, that's not good for any of us as SEOs. We all want to see results quicker, like sooner than later. But it does make sense for them to extend the probationary period a little bit more, reduces spam. So